Greetings, adventurers. I'm going to show you all of the different types of priority mail boxes, and we're going to talk about how to use them to the most efficient methods, the best cost-effective way of shipping role-play books and games. The USPS website has got an order form that you can order all of the, once you sign up, it's a free account and you can order all of the boxes that you need. I don't recommend ordering a case of everything because it just becomes wasteful, and you can order a lot of stickers, priority mail stickers, all the envelopes, all the boxes. The USPS website does not have priority mail tape on it, or I couldn't find a way to get to it on their website. So what you have to do is you have to go to the post office and ask them for some of the priority mail tape. This is probably one of the largest money savers I've found with priority mail. Honestly, tape gets expensive. A couple of cents per foot. If you're doing a lot of packaging, it adds up a great deal. You can use priority mail tape, as much of it as you need, as long as you're mailing priority mail. That's the catch. There are generally 3 classifications of priority mail boxes, and I'm going to talk about all 3 of them in detail. The regional rate boxes, the flat rate priority mail envelopes and boxes, and then regular priority mail. It's just called mailing boxes. Flat rate priority mail boxes, basically this is, if it fits, it ships. They tell you that you can put as much into the box or the envelope as you want, as long as the basic dimensions of the box are not altered. You cannot cut or alter the boxes or combine them or use multiple packages in one for any reason. You probably could do it and get away with it for a while, but if they ever inspect your package, the post office can then, from your area, they can continue to monitor your mailing practices, and you basically get put on the ugly list. The priority mail flat rate containers come in small flat rate box, the envelope, padded envelope, regular envelope, legal flat rate envelope. It's the same as the regular, just slightly longer. Tyvek mailing envelope. These things are very difficult to tear. It's pretty much the only reason to use them. Then you have the medium flat rate box, which is 11 1/4 by 8 3/4 by 6. You have an alternate size of the medium flat rate box. And then you have the large flat rate box. This one has been classified as, or has a logo on here for games. It's really just a sales technique that the post office used to get you to use priority mail. They created a box size that is recommended for games. A game will most likely never weigh enough to justify using a large flat rate box. The price is just not appropriate. There is also one other more square large flat rate box, which I do not have an example of. I've never used them. In order to get the proper price efficiency on that, you'd have to put probably 30 pounds of books or more in it, and those are not going to hold up. So the second category of priority mailing boxes are just standard priority mail. They're not flat rate, they're not regional or in any nature, nothing. They're just plain priority mail boxes. They are priced based on the shipping charges are based on distance and weight, and it gets rather expensive once it goes over 2 pounds, over 4 pounds, even more. So the only reason to use these priority mail boxes is if you're just basically lazy and don't have your own boxes. It does save you a little bit. Price of a box is between 50 and 75 cents. There's one that's called a shoebox. I don't know if you can read this or not, but they call it a shoebox because it's basically roughly the size of a shoebox once you fold it. Now, here's one that will catch you. And you have to pay attention to this. This is called a large mailing box. The post office will charge you more for a classification of a large mailing box. And it simply means they get extra money. If you take a brown, regular corrugated box and you decide to ship it, even if it's larger than this, 13 or 14 inches square, it will be less than if you use this box, because this is labeled large mailing box. It's insane. I really don't understand why anybody would use one of these, unless you don't have access to a box that's large enough to package whatever it is that you're mailing.
Okay, let's talk about regional rate boxes. You go to the USPS.com website, click on Mail and Ship, and you're going to look for order stamps and supplies. Then you want free shipping supplies. There's a whole bunch of stuff listed. Scroll down and you'll see the regional rate boxes. There are 4 regional rate boxes: A1, A2, B1, and B2. The price for regional rate box A is the same regardless if you use A1 or A2. It's the same for regional rate box B. The price is exactly the same for B1 and B2. Okay, so here's the deal. For regional box A1 and A2, you can ship up to 15 pounds to zone 1 and 2 for $6. In this example, there's 9 different zones. Each one increases in distance as well as the cost increases. Go to postcalc.usps.com/zone charts and enter the last 3 digits of your zip code. Click Get Zone Chart. And the last 3 digits of the destination zip code tells you the zone that it's going to be in. Now, if you're thinking, holy crap, that's too complicated, don't worry. All of this is integrated within the USPS website. You can go to Mail and Ship and then calculate a price. And this is going to show us what it costs. So enter your zip code and then the destination zip code. Scroll down a little bit. Select package or whichever is appropriate. We're going to just guess 5 pounds, just as an example. Click continue. And it's going to show you all of the options if you were to ship. We're going to drill down on priority mail, and you'll see regional rate box A is listed, and that's B as well is listed. Okay, I'm going to show you how to print the shipping label. Go to USPS.com website, Mail and Ship, and Print and Ship. You're going to fill out the screen, the upper part's not on there, put in the address, and then you're going to select Enter Package Weight, and you put 5 pounds. Scroll down a little bit, and Priority Mail is the option, and then you're going to click View Available. Scroll down a little, and you'll see there's the options. Regional Rate Box A, and that's for A1 and A2 both.
Regional Rate Box A in this configuration is it's not good for a whole lot of different role play items. Frankly, a set of the spell deck cards, I ship them exclusively in this because it's always cheaper than all the other methods. I wouldn't recommend this for things that are lightweight, like miniatures and items like that. If you're shipping less than 2 pounds, actually, if you're shipping less than 1 pound, you want to always use first class. That's the far cheaper method. It doesn't go over like $3.55 for that. But if you're shipping like a bunch of dice, like maybe more than 10 or 15 sets of dice, 2 or 3 pounds of dice, things like that, then this is fine. Here's the money maker. This is the one that you really need to pay attention to. It's Regional Rate Box A, but it's in this configuration. It's the 11 by 2.5 by 13. and it folds roughly the size a little bigger than a box set, one of the old school box sets, and it's perfect. You can put bubble wrap, newsprint filler, shredded paper, whatever it is that you use for packing material, and it'll ship just perfectly fine. It'll also hold 2 hardbacks that are wrapped in bubble wrap. This is the one used. Let's talk for just a moment about the difference in cardboards. I could make an entire video and talk about all the different types of cardboard that there are, but for our purposes, I think it's important that we talk about ECT. On the bottom of most boxes, there's a little circle stamp, and it gives the specifics, the test capacity, if you will, of the boxes. And ECT stands for Edge Crush Test, and it's a rating in pounds per inch. So most corrugated boxes that you purchase from the big box stores or from Uline or whatever are 32 pounds. It's a 32 ECT. Now, you can buy larger ECT boxes in the 200 range, and it costs more. They're very thick, but a 32 ECT is generally about 1/8 of an inch thick corrugated. It's single wall corrugation. Now, people talk quite a bit about the USPS boxes and their stability. The interesting thing is, of all the priority boxes, all the priority mailers I've seen, there's only this one particular one that has the ECT single wall stamp put on it. They used a vendor, this is the holiday special box, and there's a lot of people that claim that the holiday boxes were less quality or different. This is the interesting part here. Both of these boxes are labeled 32 ECT. However, and they're both single wall corrugated. The difference, though, if you look, the USPS box is much thinner. It's much thinner, but it has the same corrugation. It's just smaller. So if you compare the two, you probably can't see this. My lighting is not that awesome. So in a test environment, 32 ECT is the same regardless if it's about 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch thick. It's the same. But I'm a firm believer that the thicker corrugation is much better for shipping. It's much more padding. So take that for what it's worth. Just realize that if you take a USPS box and you max it out, that you need to tape around the corners, you need to reinforce the seams.